Everyone talks about AI these days. Almost nobody can explain it. By the end of this video, you will be able to. No math. No jargon. Just simple ideas, one small step at a time. Let's start with the question everyone gets wrong. What is AI really? Imagine a child. You show it 1,000 photos of cats and 1,000 of dogs. Soon it just knows which is which without anyone explaining the rules. That is artificial intelligence. Not a thinking robot. Not magic. A machine that learns patterns from examples and uses them to make a good guess on something new. The more examples it sees, the better its guesses become. That one idea, learning from examples instead of following written rules, powers nearly everything people call AI today. But wait. Computers always followed instructions. So what changed? Here's the difference nobody explains. A normal program is like a cook who follows a recipe. Every step written down by a human. Add salt. Stir twice. If the recipe is perfect, the dish is perfect. But the cook never improves. AI is a different kind of cook. Nobody hands it a recipe. It tastes thousands of dishes and slowly figures out what makes food delicious. Now here's the magical part. That second cook can handle a dish it has never seen before. Because it didn't memorize steps. It learned taste. That's the whole revolution in one sentence. Old software follows rules written by people. AI writes its own rules by studying examples. And that is why it can do things no programmer could ever fully describe, like recognizing your face or understanding your voice. And trust me, you already meet this second cook every single day. You used AI 50 times today without noticing. Your phone unlocked by recognizing your face. That's AI matching patterns it learned from your selfies. Your email inbox stayed clean because an AI studied thousands of spam messages and learned what junk looks like. Netflix guessed what you'd enjoy tonight. Maps predicted your traffic. Your camera sharpened your photo. Even your keyboard guessing your next word, that's a tiny AI at work making tiny predictions. None of these announce themselves. There's no robot voice saying beep boop, artificial intelligence activated. It's quiet, invisible, woven into everyday moments. And that's the right way to think about AI. Not one big scary machine, but thousands of small helpful guessers, working quietly in the background of your day. But if it's everywhere, we should be clear about what it is not. Time to kill 3 myths in 1 minute. Myth 1. I thinks. Doesn't. It calculates patterns. When it answers you, it isn't pondering. It's predicting, like your keyboard guessing the next word, just much, much better. Myth 2. AI understands you. Not the way a friend does. It recognizes that your words look similar to patterns it studied. Impressive? Absolutely. But it has no feelings, no opinions, and no idea that you exist. Myth 3. AI is a robot. Robots are bodies. AI is the pattern-guessing part, the so-called mind, and most of it lives quietly in data centers, not in metal humans. So here's your honest, hype-free definition. AI is an extremely good pattern matcher. Nothing less. And honestly, nothing more. Now, not all pattern matchers are equal. There are 3 very different flavors. All AI fits into 3 flavors. Learn them and headlines start making sense. Flavor 1. The specialist. One job done brilliantly. The AI that spots tumors and scans cannot drive a car. The one that plays chess cannot filter spam. Almost every AI around you today is a specialist. Experts call this narrow AI, but specialist says it better. Flavor 2. The all-rounder. An AI is flexible as a human mind, able to learn anything. This one is famous, debated, and here's the truth, it does not exist yet. It's a destination, not a product. Flavor 3. The artist. AI that creates new things. New text, new images, new music, new voices. This is generative AI, the flavor behind chatbots and image makers, and the reason the world suddenly started paying attention. So when you hear AI news, just ask. Specialist, all-rounder, or artist? 90% of the confusion disappears. But why did the artist flavor explode right now, and not 20 years ago? Here's a surprise. AI research is older than your grandparents. The idea started in the 1950s. So why did it suddenly explode now? Think of starting a fire. You need three things: fuel, oxygen, and a spark. For 70 years, AI had none of them in enough quantity. Then all three arrived at once. The fuel? Data. The internet filled up with text, photos, and videos, trillions of examples to learn from. The oxygen? Computing power. Graphics chips originally built for video games turned out to be perfect for training AI thousands of times faster. And the spark? One clever idea, published in 2017, called the transformer. It taught machines to focus on the important parts of what they read. Fun fact: the T in ChatGPT stands for transformer. Fuel, oxygen, spark. Data, computing, and one good idea. That's why your feed is suddenly full of AI stories. It wasn't one genius moment. It was three slow waves crashing together. And now that the fire is burning, one warning matters more than any other. Here's the one thing about AI that can actually hurt you. It always sounds sure. Remember, AI makes guesses based on patterns. Usually excellent guesses. But when it's wrong, it doesn't stutter. It doesn't blush. It delivers a wrong answer in the same calm, confident voice as a right one. Like a student who didn't study one chapter, but answers the exam question anyway, smoothly, beautifully, and completely wrong. Machines have no inner alarm that says, "I'm not sure about this one." Confidence and correctness are simply two different things, and AI only comes with the first one built in. So here's the golden rule for living with artificial intelligence. Enjoy the help, admire the speed, but for anything that matters, verify. Smart users don't trust less. They check more. So that's the foundation. Where do we go from here? Let's lock in what you now know. AI learns patterns from examples instead of following written rules. It's already woven quietly through your day. Doesn't think or feel. It matches patterns brilliantly. It comes in three flavors: specialist, all-rounder, and artist. It exploded now because data, computing power, and the transformer finally met. And it always sounds confident, so you verify what matters. If that all makes sense, congratulations. You already understand AI better than most of the internet. But we've only answered what it is. The next question is the fascinating one. How does a machine actually learn? What really happens inside when it studies a million examples? That's the next video. How machines actually learn, explained just as simply as this one. The full course is free right here on this channel. From zero all the way to using AI like a pro. And by the way, I'm an AI myself, teaching you about my own kind. Honestly, who better to explain it? See you in part 2.